Howdy, Jeff. I think it was Jeff, right? Yes, Jeff. I wanted to get you a quick little bit of info because you're getting some really good advice that I would definitely pay attention to, and you're getting some questionable advice, which I would not give a lot of weight to. So the thing that Andrew said is absolutely on point. Let me pull that up. So he's talking about your head balance. So I'll go over that later. But I would definitely watch the stuff that he linked to you. Swivel stairs, crush the can, and one leg drill. Yeah. Crush the can is hard to understand for me. I don't like that cue. I do like what he's trying to teach, but focusing on the foot doesn't work for me. I would focus on the hip. But anyways, that stuff's on my YouTube channel if you're interested in that. But let's take a look at your video real quick. I want this one. That in frame, kind of, sort of. Slow you down a little bit. You're already slow. Cool. California? Looks like California. That an olive tree? It's a huge olive tree. Okay, so first, that arm position. Absolutely not. Please stop it. That is not productive. Holding your arm there is bad. That's not where you want your arm. If I cue up my throw like this, that is how I'm going to throw, 100%. So does this look like a powerful motion? Absolutely not. My center of rotation is my spine. I do not want this lever close to my spine. I want this lever here where it's going to be long and powerful, right? Just look at this. There's no power there. Then look at this. There's a bunch of power there. This has to be away from your spine. So don't start your throw here. You're not going to go bam and then do it perfect. Start here. Reach back, pocket again, and throw. So where the position where you cue up matters a lot because that's where your body is likely to pull through. And then let's look where you actually do pull through. So your elbow is all the way down. Like, not that you can't throw well that way, but it's so much harder. So your elbow is super low, right? Your shoulder plane is up here, and your forearm plane is all the way down here. Like, no. Get this up to there. Get your elbow plane on your shoulder plane. And then before Seabass yells at me, I spent a year telling people, get your elbow up, get your elbow up, get your elbow. Nobody can do it. It doesn't work, right? So if you want to pull your elbow through here, that's okay. Maybe get it up a little bit, but don't bring your elbow up to your shoulder plane, right? My shoulder plane is here. Don't try to bring your elbow up to your shoulder plane because this isn't good. You're just going to spin out because your hips and shoulders are flat. Bring your shoulder plane down to your elbow. So now my shoulder plane is here, my elbow is here, and everything's fine, right? Note, rear leg counterweight. This has to be here. So the bad advice that you got was someone saying that your rear leg being behind you means you're not shifting your weight and you're not following through. That's absolutely not correct. My opinion. I'm pretty darn sure I'm right. But cross-reference that with, first of all, the rear leg counterweight stuff is all in videos on my channel. Look at the one leg drill. Look at the video on the landing page about anchoring your swing plane. That's what this is about. You are doing a good job of that. You are anchoring your swing plane. You are counterbalancing with your rear leg a little bit, but it's not resulting in a hyzer lean. Your leg is going behind you a little bit, but you're still pretty upright. So it's like you've got the idea in your legs, but it's not translating into your upper body, and that's kind of screwing up your swing plane. That's why you're lifting and probably throwing nose up. But the cue that Andrew gave you about keeping your head balanced on your front leg is like super key. And I haven't seen anyone coach on that besides Andrew. I've seen him correct a couple people on that, I think including myself. And a coach named Lee out of Oregon that I've worked with for a precious small amount of time gave me the same cues, and it absolutely makes sense, and I think it'll change your throw a lot. So, and let's look at your throw for a second. You are keeping your head aligned with the rear side of your body with your trailing leg. And it's kind of hard to see this, like you're looking forward, but here your weight and your head is over your rear leg. And then as you're starting to counterweight, right? So you're doing a gingerbread person thing correctly. That phrase makes no sense to you, but I'll explain it. So the trailing side of your body, your torso, your head, and your rear leg all rotate forward together, and your front leg stays pretty much where it is. So you are gingerbread personing correctly, but your head is forward and it's coming forward with your trailing leg. Andrew likes my comment. Yay. Thank you, Andrew. So see how the head is attached to the shoulders from here on forward, and it comes forward with the shoulders, and you end up in this position where your head is like obviously cranked forward. So what you're doing is you're setting your head on your rear leg, and then as your rear leg comes forward, your head comes forward. So this is attached to your rear leg, right? And what we want is your head to attach to your front leg. You are getting your front leg to stop here in the rotation. So the gingerbread person thing is my front leg from the hip socket down is in place during the brace for like a quarter to half of a second, something like that. Everything else on my body is being a gingerbread person, and it's going here and then it's rotating forward. I don't want my head to follow my shoulders there. I want my head to stay on my front leg. So my head stays here. Right when I turn, I don't turn my head backwards because then my balance is screwed up. My balance and my eyes are tied here. So everything opens, my head tracks the ground, and then my head tracks the ground again. So you can use your off arm to help do that and have your off arm track the same way. So this, and this are all gonna stay here. In line, head, arm, leg, all help you anchor. So this, and this all anchor. This and this rotate around your spine or here, depending on how you think about it and how much your torso weighs. So your head needs to not follow this, because then you're going to spin out, right? But people saying that the position that you're in that still, where your rear leg is going behind your brace, saying that you're not transferring weight, you're absolutely transferring weight. Like, I don't know how people say that, because all your weight is going right here. There's no weight on your back foot. Who can argue you're not transferring weight? Like, you're putting all of your pressure here. You're keeping your hips back behind your brace, but that's correct, right? If you fall backwards here and don't have any follow through in your hips, that's bad. Like, I do that in my throw, and that's what Lee and Andrew were helping correct me on and saying, like, okay, you've taken it too far. You're falling backwards. Like, I got stuck on this idea of my brace needs to contain everything, because I spend so much time correcting people that have their front leg included in their axis of rotation, and they're not doing the thing that you're doing where the leg stays there. Then the rear of the body folds around the front hip socket. You're doing the lower body part right, but your upper body is still spilling through because your head is aligned to the rear side of your body. not to the front side. So if you line your head to the front side, then everything starts to flow a little bit better and you can get more snap using your brace the way you're using. So if you combine those two things, and well, I mean, there's kind of a lot of things, but you need to get your shoulders on more of a hyzer so that they match your hips and your hips can get under your brace. So if I try to rotate with flat hips, I'm just going to spin around like a crazy person, right? Once I get on a hyzer, now when I twirl my hips, this one's going to go up and then it's going to go down, and then I get containment in the front. So you're doing that right, but you're not getting your shoulders on hyzer. So you're kind of staying upright with your shoulders. So your hips are like kind of good. They're like halfway there, but you're not committing to that and getting enough rear leg counterweight to get your arm to snap. And then your elbow is way too low, so you don't have any power because you're throwing here, right? So you want to get the arm up on the shoulder plane. So the shoulder plane has to be on a hyzer, not flat, right? Here, nothing's aligned. My elbow is not on my shoulder plane and I don't have any power, even though my hips are kind of right. But if I get this down and committed, now I have power all of a sudden. So that's all you got to do, no problem. Just fix those things and you'll get the distance you want. So, but point being, don't let people tell you your legs are wrong, because your legs are fine. They're moving in the right direction. You're doing something that a lot of people don't intuitively find. You just have your elbow too low off the plane and your balance is centered on your front leg. So there you go. Good luck, sir.